what's going on? It's your boy Coach, and unfortunately this week has been really busy for me, so I haven't been able to get my challenge in that I wanted to, but postponed it to next week, so get on that. Even if you're busy, you can still have nutrition in your daily habits. I used to always skip breakfast, or I'd make like a really bad choice, go through a drive-through, get whatever I wanted. Didn't even know about calories, things like that. I'd either feel crashed afterwards, or skipping breakfast would lead me to binge later on. One of the things I found most beneficial is to actually start the day with a good breakfast. And by good, I'm meaning something that's high in nutrient density, something that's going to fill me up, something that's going to give me energy to start the morning off. That's something that hasn't changed for about 8 years. I always eat breakfast. I rarely skip it. So for today, what we're going to do is just a super fast meal prep. It's something that gets you 5 days worth of food. Really simple ingredients, super easy to make. It's a 10-minute recipe in my book. And if you want to give this a shot, feel free to comment below. So real quick, the first thing is like MyFitnessPal is a great way to customize a meal. It's something I use, something that makes it super easy. You can scan everything. I'm going to get into more detail on this down the road in future videos. There's tons of other videos out there about how to do this, but it's one of the things that I make sure is that I get it to exactly where I want it. And I use Pam, I don't use olive oil. That's the first thing you notice. And this is my induction setup. I got it for like 50 bucks on Amazon. Cooks things super fast. It's super easy. You do have to use special pans, but they're not that expensive. So I just kind of throw everything in the pan. I don't use a mixing bowl. Always got to season it. Make sure you use seasoning. It's the most important thing in your food. It has to taste good. That Kinder's is just a blend of garlic, salt, and pepper. Pretty basic. So just going to stir that all up together, let that cook. And while that's going, I'm going to get out all my tortillas, get out my beans, get everything ready to go so I'm not wasting any time. Definitely got to use a food scale when it comes to cheese. The calories add up really fast. You'll notice I use like a reduced fat version, not the full fat. It saves up a few, but at the same time, it's going to help me in the long run. Now I'm just going to keep these eggs going, make sure to keep stirring them. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty, just got to get it done, get it cooked. That's one of the main things with this. If you really want presentation, you can focus on that. I'm the type that just needs to get it done. And so I'm just making sure that it's cooked all the way through. And I'm just skinning out all my tortillas, gonna slap the beans on there. These are gonna be reheated, so it doesn't matter that you heat it now. It's something that you don't need to use beans. I like them because they're high in fiber. They're gonna fill me up a little bit more. It's a complex carb. Gonna check back on those eggs, make sure I don't really burn them. I tend to not like overly burnt eggs. I've had a little bit of burn on the bottom. It's not an issue. So here we go, just kind of getting all my trays out, making sure that everything is kind of distributed somewhat decently. Throw it in there. If you want presentation, like I said, you can focus on that. I just want to get them in the trays, and my ultimate thing is to make sure they taste good, taste the way I like them. I could add extra seasoning. There's a number of ways I've done these in the past, but this is, like I said, it's a fast prep, shooting for about 10 minutes. Production, add a little bit of time, but that's all right. Now that I got my 4 meal preps ready and my 1 ready to go for today, I'm just kind of throwing that cheese on there. Don't need to measure it because I've already done that. I'm going to reheat the one that I made for today in the microwave for about 60 seconds. The rest of them I'm going to reheat for about maybe a minute and a half, just to get them nice and warmed up for the next days ahead. And I chose red chili. You could pick whatever sauces you want. If you wanted a variety, you could pick a number of different sauces. It's up to you. It's really what you want. Pick low calorie sauces if you can, things that are close to 0 calories. And so I'm just gonna kind of wrap them all together and make them look somewhat decent. I could have put the chili over the top and the cheese over the top, but I just chose to do them this way this time. And bam, there you have 4 meal preps ready to go for the next 4 days and 1 ready to go for today. And these actually pack a lot of volume. There you go. It's about 2/3 a pound of burrito. I'm gonna finish it off with some water at the end, about 20 ounces. So it's plenty enough to keep me full for at least 3 to 4 hours. And if you're one that tend to skip breakfast, this is something you may use and find helpful to make a better choice later on in the day. And subscribe, comment, like if you found value from this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video and challenge.